Let's talk about Juszczyk. Apparently, Josina Anderson said something about Juszczyk and the Niners. She blocked me a couple weeks ago because she said some tweet about JJ Watt. And I honestly had no idea what the hell she was talking about. It was like very technical stuff and a lot of different words and clauses. And all I said was, can someone please translate this into English? And she took offense and blocked me. So could you please catch me up to speed on what's going on with Juszczyk and Josina and the Niners?
So there's not a ton, I guess, but what there is that we can talk about is Juszczyk is in preliminary talks of a contract, which is good to see. Before he hits free agency, we're actually talking to some of our free agents. Fantastic. So that's a step. I wish we were hearing that about Trent Williams, but we're not. So Juszczyk and the 49ers have had preliminary talks. It sounds like things are going well. And there is some thought that he will be willing to possibly take a bit of a discount because he does love being in the red and gold.
Well, good. I mean, at the exit press conference he had at the end of the year, it looked like he had just left the general manager's office and had received the bad news, and it almost looked like he was going to cry. So clearly, a guy like that maybe would be inclined to take a discount. It seemed like he has an emotional tie to the team. He's been here for the entire tenure of Kyle Shanahan. And it's not just emotional loyalty stuff, although there is a lot of that with this regime. But it seems to me that if you lose Kyle Juszczyk, you could replace him. There are other players and other formations and personnel groupings, but he really is the vehicle for Mike McDaniel's creativity. I mean, Kittle's the best blocker, but Kittle's inline block. I mean, he's not. Juszczyk is everywhere. And all the stuff that makes the 49ers running game the most intricate, the most beautiful, the most interesting, the most attention to detail stuff is Juszczyk makes that happen. So I just can't see Mike McDaniel getting promoted to offensive coordinator and losing like his like favorite little blocker weapon thing that he I just he's a big key to their running game scheme. What makes it win. If you take him away, they're the Rams.
Well, yeah, I mean, and not only that, I mean, think about it. He's the one that Shanahan chose to bring in to kind of set the tone of a culture. He brought in guys like Malcolm Smith and Hoyer, but Juszczyk was really that staple guy that he built that culture around. So to lose Juszczyk now, especially when you really think about it, we just lost Saleh. We're about, Sherman's going to be gone. We just talked about leadership issues. You're at that crossroads again. You're at that crossroads of culture. We need to do what we can to bring him back for that reason. Now, as far as replacing him on the field, I think there are many options to do that, to your point. But if we can get him for a good price, he's a culture guy that we kind of need to keep around right now.
Yeah, I think he absolutely is a leader, more so than even Kittle. Kittle's more of like a mascot almost.
Mascot, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Juszczyk is a little bit more mature. He's also the brains of the offense. Usually it's the quarterback. On the Niners, it's the fullback. And on any team that Juszczyk is on, it's the fullback. He understands the offense on a way deeper level than the quarterback or pretty much anyone except for the head coach.
Yeah.
So the leadership, the brains, the versatility. And if you lose him, I think you have to take out a lot of the run plays in the Niners offense, a lot of the intricate stuff that no one else runs. You take him, all of a sudden, it's a much more vanilla run game that looks like the stuff everyone else does. Sean McVay, that kind of stuff. Juszczyk is the creative. He's the creativity enabler.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. The other thing too that was interesting to me is Hokett came out and said he had lost it, like he's losing weight. He's trimming down. He was already in a running back frame. So that's interesting to me. Like that almost tells me that they think Juszczyk will be back.
Yeah.
Because why would your future fullback trim down at this point? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Right. Unless you don't see him as a fullback. Because the thing about Hokett at Fresno State is he was not a fullback. He was a tailback.
Not at all. No.
So I don't know how much real experience he has blocking and how good he is at it. Juszczyk was a tight end at Harvard. So he did block. So that's, So I think it's a good thing if they bring him back, if he's willing to take a discount. I don't know how many players on this team would really do that. And if he's one of them, you definitely want to bring him back. Absolutely. Yeah. Why would you turn your back on him? I've been saying for years that they don't give him the ball enough. So yeah, I'm in favor of it. Bring him back. Use him more often. They take him off the field so they can put Trent Taylor in. Like, come on. Just put Juszczyk in the slot. You can't tell me Trent Taylor's better than him.
No, just play your best football players, for gosh sakes.